This video will demonstrate the protocol for socket grafting with flap reflection and grafting with Bond Apatite. After extraction and socket debridement, a vertical incision is performed at a 45-degree angle that should not extend by more than 3 millimeters past the mucogingival border. Elevate a full-thickness flap, but do not exceed by more than 3 millimeters the reflection into the mobile mucosa. However, if there is a defect, then expose as much as needed in order to see the entire defect, and then go back to 3 millimeters. Note here that the entire defect has to be visualized prior to augmenting. Once flap elevation is complete, grasp the mesial corner of the flap and stretch, then the middle part of the flap and stretch, followed by the distal part of the flap and stretch. Reflecting 3 millimeters into the mobile mucosa will enable the flap to be stretched at least 6 millimeters. Stretching of the flap is something that is not taught with traditional grafting techniques. However, with Bond Apatite, no periosteal releasing incisions are recommended. Instead, the flap covering the graft has to be under tension. Once proper debridement of the host site is complete, the Bond Apatite syringe is activated. The syringe contains a saline chamber, the graft powder, shaft, 2 pistons, indicator line, and a cap. The shaft is placed in the palm of the hand, the other finger at the top of the cap, and the shaft is advanced forward until the first piston reaches the blue line. Next, with a twisting and pulling motion, the cap is removed, and the shaft is placed between the pointer and middle fingers, and the syringe is held as can be seen here. Approach and eject the cement into the socket. The cement is deployed into the site until it stops, and then the position is changed to use the thumb in order to expel the rest of the cement into the site. Immediately, a sterile unfolded dry gauze is placed over the cement and pressed firmly with the finger from the buccal and the crestal direction for about 3 seconds. It's extremely important that the Bond Apatite cement will be well compacted. Thus, after pressing with the finger, use the periosteal elevator in order to continue with the compaction of the graft for an additional few seconds, again from the buccal and crestal directions. Once compaction of the graft is done, remove the gauze and proceed with soft tissue closure by stretching the mesial corner and securing it with a suture. Then the distal corner is secured, then the middle part, followed by additional sutures as needed. And finally, the vertical incision should be sutured. Do not use fast, dissolvable sutures such as plain or chromic gut, and of course, do not use any removable appliance over the graft.